Google Calendar. Google created its own calendar version that allows you to keep track of your schedules. You can access this calendar from most web-enabled devices. Google has its own Google Calendar app on the various app stores. You can document one-time appointments, repeated meetings, and annual occasions. You can also invite people to events. You can share entire calendars with others, just like you would with Docs or with Slides. So how to access Google Calendar? The easiest way is through Gmail, but since the district doesn't allow the district accounts to be used with Gmail or access Gmail, from your drive, if you click on the checkerboard at the top right and select Calendar, what will load is your Google Calendar. There are three labels to the left. As you can see, what automatically popped up here and expanded is your mini calendar. All right, we have just showing today is August 25th of this recording. I can use what's called the chevron symbols to scroll through September, October, or go previous to July. If I minimize that. The second label is the mini calendars, or I'm sorry, it's the my calendars. These are the calendars that I have created, and I've created a couple for this video. If I hit the drop down here, this is where I'll be able to create a new calendar, and we'll get into that later on, and also settings. As you can see, all right, as I'm scrolling through my calendars, each one is associated with a color. If I go to the calendar that I want to work on and I hit the drop down arrow, I can select whatever color I want for it. I can edit notifications, so when I receive pop-ups or emails, we won't really work with this feature. I can share this calendar, right? As I noted, just like you could share a doc or share a Google slide. I can create an event on this calendar. I can go through its settings, and I can display only this calendar, which I have now. I can display one calendar, or if I want to display the M&M events calendars, I can select that as well. And now both are being shown. If I want to show all four calendars, I can just click them all where you see all their colors. I can have all their calendars shown. Before this video, I just want the Google Apps class calendar to be shown. And lastly, the third label is the other calendars. These are calendars that people share with you. So you can see I shared a calendar from Mr. Hill. And you can also add coworkers' calendars. And if you hit the drop down next to other calendars, I can do what's called browse interesting calendars. So those are those calendars that Google has created. So different holidays and religious holidays. I can go through sports, and since it's August, football's coming up, I can follow the NFL calendar and a specific team. And I can go through more and click phases of the moon, sunset and sunrise for Woodbridge, etc. So pretty neat that you can follow different calendars. Now, to create an event, right? Events are occurrences that are added to Google Calendars. Kind of different ways you can do it. I can just click on the day that I want, kind of autofill it in here. All right. I can go to where it says create at the top left, hit the drop down. This is the quick add feature. Just quickly add an event. Or if I click on the event here, all right, I have, as I showed you before, kind of the basics, but if I want to see the advanced options, I would just go to edit event. And these are all the features that you have when creating an event. Kind of could go through it all. Here's the title of the event. All right. I have the date range of the event. I can make it an all-day event, which I won't need a time. But if I want to take that off and have it specific time on a specific day, I would just unclick the all day, and I have it on August 25th, from 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., still ending on August 25th. If I wanted a calendar to repeat, if I click the repeat option here, okay, I can determine when I want the calendar to repeat. So say a good idea is when you go to college, you might want to put all your classes into a Google Calendar. I can have a calendar repeat weekly. Have a repeat every week since you have class every week. And if I have a class on Monday, my scheduled classes, I have this class, let's say I have a basic math class, my prereq, on Mondays and Wednesdays. All right, I can repeat it on those days. When does it start on? Of course, that's because I clicked on August 25th. And then when I would like for it to end. So instead of creating an event over and over, I could just have it repeat. There's also different options. I can have it repeated monthly, yearly, say for birthdays, which wouldn't be a bad idea, etc. We cancel out here. Okay. Where I can enter a location, all right, I can enter an address where then if I look at it from my phone, I can then click that address and it will go right into your Maps apps. Or I can just add a simple location such as at the school. I can select what calendar I want it to be on. I can give a description of the calendar. I can add an attachment, say if it was an event, I want to attach a flyer. Here I can give the event color, notifications, all right, how I want to be reminded of the event, either by email pop-up, and then by whatever number of days, minutes, hours, weeks, etc. Show me ads. This is how other people will see you. Okay, not a big feature with Google Calendar. And then visibility for this calendar, by having it default, this will be visible to anyone who could see the calendar. Okay, I can have it as private, just hiding it from anyone who has access to this calendar and only from me. Or I can make this a public calendar to anyone. All right. You can also change the events in your sharing settings. And I can also invite guests here. I can add in their email address, and that's how I will be able to invite guests. And by doing that, I can share event details with people and I can track their responses to an invitation. So it's neat that I can be identified if they accept it or decline it. Kind of similar to if you ever done an event on Facebook. And here I can have guests invite others, see the guest list, or modify the event. Say me and someone else was throwing the event. We can both modify the event here. So let me discard this. The quick add feature here, okay? You can quickly, and it gives you the example, if you had dinner with Michael 7 p.m. tomorrow, it will add it on August 26th, 7 p.m. dinner with Michael. If you enter a time with no date, Google will just create an event on the earliest future date. If you add an event without a start or end time, Google will create an all-day event. If you enter an event without an end time, Google automatically creates a 1-hour event. If you enter just a date range for an event, Google will create an event that spans multiple days. And if you just enter someone's email address, Google will add that person as an event. So there's different, depending on what you enter, Google will automatically fill in the rest for you. But they give you a good example of what you want to include when you use the quick add feature. On the toolbar, okay, I can view by day, by week, as I have right now, by month. I can have it viewed by 6 days. And if I want to change this, if I go to the gear here, and if I go to settings, I can change where it says at the bottom, custom view 6 days. I can put how many days as I would like. I can make it by agenda, and agenda is a list of things to be done, and it shows events in list format. So for this calendar, I had an event on August 5th, one on September 2nd, and one on October 7th. That's in the agenda mode. Okay. The more is, let me go back to my calendar. If I would like to print my calendar, I go to more and I hit print. I can print whatever range I would like to select and kind of change how I would like that. I can change the font size, orientation, show events I declined, and if you don't have color printer, you could print it in black and white. But just if you want to print this calendar and say put it on in a folder or keep it on your desk just as a reminder. The search bar, just like you could search, and I showed this in Google Drive, you can search in your calendar for any event. If you hit this drop down arrow, you'll have the advanced search options by what, who, where, and etc. If I wanted to share a calendar, get rid of this. All right. When I hit the drop down and I select share this calendar, right, If I select it here, right, sharing this calendar with others, I can share with everyone in the district, being that we're using our district account. I can make it public for everyone to be visible. Or if I want to share with a specific person, just like you would in Docs or Slides, enter the email address here and then save, and that person will get a notification to share their calendars. And if I wanted to create a new calendar, I hit the drop down next to My Calendars and select Create New Calendar. Here I select the calendar name. I can give it a description, a location, the country here for my time zone, whether I want to make this public, private, or within the district, being that, like I said before, we're using our district accounts. And then as I noted before, we have our other calendars here. And these settings here, basically what I would like to show in my list. Okay, the notifications, how I want that to occur. All right, and there's a lot more details we'll dive into here with when we use our activities and the projects, but kind of the basics, getting yourself started with a calendar, using a calendar, adding all the events, however you would like, and sharing the calendars using Google Calendar and getting yourself started.